Greetings, superior beings, greetings, supreme being. Welcome to Universal Peace Television. So this is the broadcast. Police dressed as civilians burn cop cars and smash windows at demos. Police/agent provocateurs. This is a rebroadcast of the previous broadcast because nudity ended up in that broadcast unintentionally while looking up something that I forgot to copy the web address of, and I think it's best if we move straight to the new writings about this subject. Police provocateurism. During the Occupy movement there were police officers that were dressed up as civilians, burning police cars and smashing windows. Cancer tetracycle cops basically, that used to have the right idea when they had a hunch. It used to be right. It used to be right when they thought somebody did it, etc. Perhaps also precognitive visions, stuff like that. But now they have cancer tetra system, cancer cell phone radiation, microwaves, another depopulation tool, and they are brain controlled by a neural network, voice of God, weapon of the pedo elite, and they've infiltrated government, these Freemasons, Luciferians that have taken a Luciferian oath. That is also covered together with the extreme Jesuit oath and the Illuminati blood oath murders in one of my previous broadcasts by the title, so you can find it on my channel. So let's go to the speech engine.
Dust into wind. We are supposedly supposed to believe there is only one God. But because quote Satan is also real unquote, how much difference does that make? If God cannot even handle his own son, what is he messing around with 7 billion people for? And will it let these 7 billion people die again, like all the previous billions, despite being almighty? Then we should all worship it, lol. We should fucking punish it if it's real. So big news: Bruce Alkin, ski. Kill someone if they illegally refuse you your right to press charges? And Abraham stood up. Kill someone if they illegally refuse you your right to press charges. And Abraham stood up. Only way to save 7 billion people from the loonies depopulating the earth with Fipa, cancer chemtrails, GMO food as a sterilizing weapon, and killer vaccines. There are no righteous people nor true believers out there. No one did anything about me denying the existence of God. The torture started when I did not deny its existence, and no one has pressed charges of incitement to commit genocide against the people that will kill you all and themselves by depopulating instead of spending all taxpayer money on finding a cure against aging. It's like they, Skull and Bones, Bilderberg, Masons and Jesuits, are exterminated from the future by good people. The retards even failed at killing me, though they are obviously trying. Their main role is never get caught. So I can advise you to kill a pedo elite member depopulating the earth, one of the child murderers, a Jesuit, Bilderberger or Skull and Bones member with a sniper rifle or timer bomb, just to get a fair trial and mainstream media attention. This may be the only way to survive it yourselves as well. It does not matter that they know what you are gonna do. They cannot stop you. Perhaps they are monitored themselves. Jeff Friends and David Icke, the Bilderberg Group. Controlled opposition. Microsoft did not call back like they promised. I saved the chat log history. Depopulating is a crime known as a felony. When the government is involved in depopulating the earth, it's called democide. Contrails my ass. Paul McCartney's son says Paul died in 1966. Gary King YouTube. Snorting pure bio-vanilla. Theory. There is no agreement with Iran. In reality, they pretend there is an agreement with Iran to be able to create their long-planned third Jesuit world war by pretending Iran did not meet the requirements of the agreement. John Kerry of Skull and Bones will announce it soon, and then you're all nuked by them. It's easy to survive with a radiological water filter and you cannot survive without one. Nobody knows the exact requirements of the agreement. FBI, HAARP Hurricane Matthew, Freemasons, and Destroy. YouTube, August 10, 2016. The pedo Jesuits are attempting to murder me with attacks to the left side of my brain that I can feel on my hand and hear on my hoodie. Project Bluebeam fake alien invasion to depopulate Earth to 500 million total global population to establish Luciferian global government. Jesuit infant-eating pedo trolls control NSA and send ideas in your own inner voice using synthetic telepathy. Aliens do not exist. Apollo moon landings are a hoax perpetrated by Freemasons that have made millions generating their crisis. More info on my blog http://universalpeace.jimdo.com. Murder attempts with directed energy. Spasm attacks above left ear 9/18 August 10, 2016. The order following orders. A patriot is someone who feels a strong support for their country. Someone who wants all the pedo elite trolls that are depopulating the earth and destroying countries and that have killed many innocent civilians dead or put in prison. The pedo elite see the patriots as their enemy and try to label them potential terrorists because they will prevent the terrorist globalist Jesuits from destroying their country and defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Drop DARPA and move on. It's possible and even easy to take over their drone's Talon robot army and create your own blue transponder lobby FSA. We have to learn to control the energy, for we are energy. The resist ends. Anything can't happen. Come on, the moron. Resistem. When getting the mail, I saw a dog turd next to the mailbox. When I looked at the poo-poo, it had markings resembling the markings the centipedes make. A very distinctive shape with the V signs at the outer end. So besides millions of humans that think they do not have centipedes in their body but do in reality, there are also millions of pets that suffer from these centipedes and they cannot tell you about it. The markings are about 4 centimeters long and have the V shape at the outer end. The centipedes are clamped into the intestinal wall of people and animals, perhaps yours too. So I hope you all help to find their organ frequency or another way to get them out. 4.5 centimeters long. Thank you for posting this video to YouTube. You are absolutely right. Project Mockingbird. The MSM is CIA controlled, the same people that cancer chemtrail you all and depopulate you. They use wireless energy, also called scalar waves by some. So you cannot shield yourself and loved ones against this with aluminum foil, only against cancer, cell phone radiation, microwaves, which is another depopulation tool they use. You'd need a Tesla plasma shield to shield yourself against directed energy weapon attacks. We need to unite against the creeps doing this. Beware of controlled opposition. More about this and what we can do in my broadcasts. If they'd be experimenting with erasing memory selectively, we would not remember it. All that shit does not matter when people are brain-controlled and depopulated with a hidden herp array in Poker Flat, Alaska, not the fake facility open to the public every 6 years, that is slowly exterminating 7 billion people. Air Force Bugbot Nano-Drone Technology, Yearmaster, 3 years ago 6,872,773 views. DARPA NSA, New Looney High-Tech Robotic Flying Insects, How to Kill Them. Clifford Anthony Pava, 4 months ago 220 views. The stuff on the floor may be a bioweapon. The Satanists of the NSA working for the Jesuit infant eaters depopulating the earth have a key that opens any lock. You could put a wooden or metal bar in front of the door. People are brain-controlled and tortured if they do not help depopulating you and themselves, especially if they expose the people doing it. Any attempt to make these illegal voice-to-skull messages audible is praiseworthy. The silent sound and audio spotlight patent should be used to build a device to make them audible, especially the Malek patent that explains how synthetic telepathy is done, apparatus for remotely monitoring and altering brain waves, with references to other patents. That is their main thing. The neural network voice of God weapon can simulate any human. Project Immortality, and sends ideas in people's own inner voice. The Jews and Jesuits working together on depopulating Earth to create the Luciferian global government must be stopped one way or another. There's nothing we can do about it. LOL. Thoughts will come. Episode popcorn. Enjoy. Bah Monsanto. Abraham may be getting his mustard from Monsanto as well nowadays. He may have died from it already. You can sense the feeling of the frequency. Sense people's essence. Have you tried strong magnets that repel each other to kill the Morgellons? What we need is a no-fly zone. What is auditing the Fed? An audit is a systematic and independent examination of books, accounts, statutory records, documents and vouchers of an organization to ascertain how far the financial statements as well as non-financial disclosures present a true and fair view of the concern. It also attempts to ensure that the books of accounts are properly maintained by the concern as required by law. It strikes exceptions to the audit protocol in 31 U.S.C. Section 714 for the Federal Reserve System, the Central Bank of the United States, and replaces an indefinite deadline with a finite one. Trump, audit the Fed. The Next News Network, 7 months ago 9,244 views. Donald Trump, and the Fed, Trump Foundation, 7 months ago 38,716 views. I still wonder if auditing the Fed would be very expensive and in the disadvantage of the middle class in the end, or if it would make billions of dollars available to them to create a cure against aging and things we really need. Evidence gathered with synthetic telepathy should be usable in court, and the illegal spying without a warrant by the satanic NSA should be stopped somehow. The future is not set. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves. The Terminator 1 movie quote. The tool used to kill you all? Who would suspect a little camouflaged antenna park in Poker Flat, Alaska? YouTube vid. Little known camouflaged antenna park in Poker Flat, Alaska. Main depopulation tool. Flat Earth crap debunk controlled opposition. Are there cameras with a flat lens, or are they all spherical shaped like the Earth supposedly is, and why? George Soros has spent millions to help Islamic terrorists enter the USA. Hacked documents reveal, October 10, 2016, a Muslim legal group, given $1.8 million by George Soros Open Society Foundations, OSF, has helped weaken the Department of Homeland Security's policies on screening of individuals with suspected terror ties, and the FBI's training program for its agents who work in counterterrorism. OSF records, leaked by the hacking group DC Leaks, show that OSF spent $40 million between 2008 and 2010 on programs aimed at weakening U.S. counterterrorism policy. The person in the video, Muslim Imam, "It's okay to kill non-Muslims," says, "I must have hatred towards anything which is non-Islam." At 111 to 191 to 193, fight and kill unbelievers until religion is Allah's, that is, Islamic law rules all societies. 860, make war against enemies of Allah. 95, slay the idolaters. 839, fight unbelievers until Islam reigns supreme. 812, Allah will terrorize unbelievers. Muslims should behead them. 572, Christians are unbelievers. 929, fight and subjugate the Jews and Christians. 47, 4, behead and slaughter the unbelievers. Take others captive. So how would you interpret that then? The lies about interpreting it in some way that makes this non-hatred towards unbelievers and non-Muslims are part of Trikia. Lie to non-Muslims to defeat them in their jihad. Behead and slaughter the unbelievers leaves no room for interpretation. It is clear hatred of unbelievers. Though you could argue slaughtering unbelievers is an act of love towards unbelievers. There is no place in the Quran where Muhammad tells Muslims to love people of other religions. By contrast, there are at least 36 verses that tell believers to fight against non-Muslims, and about 500 that speak of their place in hell. They are from each period in Muhammad's life, scattered across 87 of the Quran's 114 chapters. Donald Harab. We cannot be of any religion that tells us to hate or be intolerant of other religions. That would be unjust. We can argue we may not be tolerant towards any religion that is intolerant of other religions. 4829, be merciful to believers, not unbelievers. You could argue turning it around is unjust as well, but since almost all or all religions have hatred towards unbelievers baked into their so-called holy books, I don't think so. Religion is an abomination we should get rid of with education. Preach love and peace. Depart from evil and do good. Keep what is good. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Make love, not war. Power to the peaceful. Dinosaurs ate meat. A list of carnivorous, meat-eating dinosaurs can be found online. It's a pretty long list. Some examples: Tyrannosaurus, found in North America with 13 to 16 meter long with 6 tons of weight. Velociraptor, Did you know that the concept of the final solution of extermination so vehemently forced into our minds by the Jewish propagandists was not proposed by a German Nazi, but rather by a Jew? In 1940, long before the beginning of the alleged Holocaust, the Wannsee Conference, allegedly authorizing the Holocaust, was held in February 1942, and also before the USA entered World War II. The American Jew Theodor Neumann Kaufmann wrote a book titled Germany Must Perish, in which he proposes the Jewish final solution to the Germans as well as other Gentiles. In the book, which was published in 1941, Theodor Kaufmann advocates and devises a plan for the extermination of all of the German people through a forced sterilization program in what he calls the final solution. bestgore.com/the-final-solution. And we torture them a lot. Why are there no flat camera lenses, and are they all spherical? The bacteria is very similar, but not identical, to the South Asian strains of cholera currently circulating in Asia, confirming that the Haitian cholera bacteria did not originate from the native environs of Haiti, notes the report. UN panel says foreign bacteria responsible for cholera outbreak in Haiti. 1031, May 5, 2011. Alison Undeland. Peace is going on. The pedo-Jesuits are blocking my internet connection again. They control people in your environment to a certain extent. I am watching you. Project X. Codex, who cares? Is Dr. Mitchaka trying to create a revolution for the pedo elite, or Jews that want to create a crisis big enough to impose a totalitarian Luciferian global government upon the people of planet Earth? How many people know about the police provocateurs and that Anonymous is a CIA psyop to censor internet even more? Is it possible he is contributing unknowingly and just trying to do the right thing? See supercoolmail.blog.com for more information about and to see a video of the police provocateurs. At the moment I am unable to log into any blog.com website, though other websites are functioning like they always do. Strange that kitchatpages.com does not have a copy of the website supercoolmail.blog.com like of some of my other websites that disappeared. See the YouTube video, Police Dressed as Civilians Use Violence to Overthrow Peaceful Protests. To learn more about the police provocateurs, police officers dressed as rebellious citizens burning police cars and smashing windows to create a crisis big enough to impose their totalitarian global government on the people of planet Earth. No pain, oh gain. We do not have to protect the planet but the people. They use protection of the planet, the rock that is flying through the universe we live on, as an excuse to exterminate large amounts of people, to depopulate Earth and pretend this is legal. There are plenty of police provocateurs videos on YouTube, and it is proven beyond any reasonable doubt that police provocateurs were used. They are also called agent provocateurs, and there is a wiki article on them. When visiting http://supercoolmail.blog.com/. I get the message. 504 gateway timeout. Thinking/1.0.15. They are using police provocateurs at demos and used them during several demos and the Occupy movement demonstrations against your tyrannical government, working with the tax-exempt corporations on exterminating you all. Cancer chemtrails, the T4 nanobots eating your brain selectively, hybrid insects and genetically modified insects are real. And so are the infant-eating pedo-Jesuits that can kill you instantly with their death ray. Police admit using provocateurs to stage riots. Compressing provocateur, 8 years ago 68,823 views. Or watch my latest broadcast, Police Dressed as Civilians Burn Cop Cars and Smash Windows at Demos Police Agent Provocateurs. Because the website disappeared in a mysterious way, I am doing this broadcast today, December 10, 2016. More messing with evidence of directed energy weapon torture and depopulation is going on than people realize. If their memory is erased selectively and people are tortured by the neural network if they do not do what the people that programmed it want them to do. They want you to have the illusion they are doing the right thing and to hide the truth about their directed energy weapon torture, depopulation and murders if they did it, of course. Occupy LA, police provocateurs confirmed, Norway research, 10,529 views. So the speech engine can change Norway research into not real research by controlling the computer, the mind of the programmer, and especially by manipulating audio that comes out of the speakers to fit in with the brainwave they are sending you now. They are liquefying my spine and brainstem with HERP, the Fipa array in Poker Flat, Alaska that is not open to the public every 6 years. 666 million. Any voice-to-skull messages you hear are always illegal and always selected by their neural network. Chances are high they are not brainwaves of humans, but the neural network itself, which speaks any language and usually sends messages in your local language, Dutch if you are in the Netherlands for example. Though the Muhammad of the Quran married a girl younger than 11 and also fucked her according to the Quran, it is possible Muhammad was not a pedophile. It is possible he preferred girls and or women older than 11 in reality, which is the criterion for being a pedophile. Ephebophiles, adultophiles, etc. were covered in my previous broadcasts. To send the intracranial messages, your right to physical integrity has to be transgressed.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna review the video. Perhaps I can edit the previous upload. I think it was a better video for some reasons. So I tried to do this broadcast the same way as the previous one, but it's hard to remember everything I said and did in that video, and I cannot watch it yet if it is not uploaded to YouTube yet. It takes a while. Nor remove it or edit it, which I will try to do.
No. We'll do it live! Fuck it! No.
So this is the YouTube video. Police admit using provocateurs to stage riots.
Do it live! Fuck it!
It was stunning video posted on the internet for all to see, and it came with a charge that police masqueraded as protesters at this week's Montebello summit to incite violence. Tonight, an equally stunning admission from Quebec's provincial police. Susan Bonner reports.
Three guys at cops, everybody!
Busted. 3 Quebec provincial police officers, identities masked, one carrying a huge rock,
Hey, what's the rock down?
nabbed for infiltrating a peaceful protest at Montebello. The tip-off came from a union leader who noticed riot police standing by despite the obvious weapon. He accused the men of being undercover cops trying to provoke a riot and end the protest. The men were removed but never charged. After 2 days of questions, the Sûreté du Québec issued a news release late today confirming, yes, the men are police officers.
No. We'll do it live! Fuck it!
So how can they not know their identities, and why weren't they unmasked? I think that they were fired or something. I vaguely remember it. It's a while back during the Occupy movement, etc. So controlled opposition Alex Jones also reported about this. And perhaps without his reports I wouldn't have known about it. And millions of people wouldn't have known about it. So it's a good thing he did. So yeah, I think that there were many, and they are still doing this to create their Luciferian global government. They first want to create a crisis big enough to impose the totalitarian regime upon the people. It's a process to take over the world known as active measures, aka ideological subversion, described in the description of this video. And of course they lie about this. In reality they are satanic pedophiles that pretend to be Christians, Muslims, etc. Freemasons in reality that have taken the Luciferian oath, if they're higher degree Freemasons that were brainwashed into it with lies themselves, and often abused by their own family, etc. So there are many videos about this subject you can watch on YouTube. I might watch some of them myself and first try if I can edit that previous video, edit out the nudity basically. Perhaps YouTube provides tools for that, and otherwise I can download it and edit it out before anybody watches the broadcast. How sneaky. So I think this could also be important.
Hino and Haribo, remember to boycott Monsanto companies. Food is a sterilizing weapon used to depopulate Earth nowadays instead of make them all eternal. The people with loads of money depopulating Earth lie about this, of course, as much as possible. Nowadays it's more like the Jews are persecuting the non-Jews rather than the other way around. Not just many doctors are Jewish but also many people in prominent positions, as if some neural network put them there. The director of the CDC, for example, Dr. Tom Frieden, is Jewish. The CDC by itself has the capability to kill 7 billion people once a successful virus has been engineered for population control purposes with killer vaccines. Red alert. CDC gives itself power to indefinitely detain healthy people en masse without appeal. Force vaccinate them. September 2, 2016, Wednesday, August 31, 2016. CDC gives itself the power to indefinitely detain healthy people en masse without appeal. CDC says, we can round them up and throw away the key. Based on CDC's August 15, 16 publication of Rules for the Control of Communicable Diseases, the CDC is giving itself the power to forcibly apprehend healthy people en masse and detain them indefinitely with no process of appeal. The fact that 6 prominent Jews called for depopulating Earth, combined with the fact that 90% of the mainstream media is owned by Jews, ought to set off alarms. I am in no way implying only Jewish people want to depopulate Earth, and made clear that non-Jews such as Ted Turner of CNN also made clear they want to depopulate Earth. Jews choose or choose? I choose your Jews at this time. The 6 million lie. All of them lie. Lol. If the truth shall set us free, then what about the cancer tetrapsychocops? Trust no one, no Jew, no Luciferian, no Jesuit, no one. The most viewed Holohoax video on YouTube according to the YouTube counter is El Engano del Holocausto Sobrevivientes que dicen la verdad. Holohoax survivors who tell the truth. Libertad la humanidad. 2 years ago.
So basically it's a satanic inversion. You get locked up for telling the truth, for questioning authority. So it's better to mistrust authority, like Anonymous says, because people have been killed for questioning authority. And these genocides were perpetrated by the governments. People that have infiltrated the government, and perhaps only thanks to the people that are doing their job in the government, that are not Masons and shit, we are all still alive.
$84,845 views. Holohoax survivors who tell the truth is also available on other channels. The second video is Holohoax completely exposed by David Cole. ST1 Kachis. 4 years ago 68,383 views. The third is Jim Rizzoli Holohoax, greatest hoax ever. Tradcat Night, 1 month ago 23,273 views. Shockingly low numbers if you ask me. Have I missed something? By revisionism we mean critically examining established theories and hypotheses in order to test their validity. Quote from the video Jewish Holohoax History Channel documentary The Greatest Story Never Told, around 2 minutes in the video. Historical revisionism, the critical re-examination of presumed historical facts and existing historiography. Wiki, liberty, equality, justice. So a fair trial is impossible with this directed energy weapon on the Hollows cause denial, C. Hollow point bullets. If the Holocaust that you talk about was real, why don't you allow the subject to be studied? One can freely research any issue, except for this issue, which is sealed. It is a black box, which they do not allow to be opened or re-examined. They do this in order to exploit it. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Again, history is written by the victor, or the FEMA camps for Jews that want to depopulate the earth?
So this thing started basically because I ran into Dr. Micha Katz, and they think he's a Holocaust denier, which may not be true anyway. But then I started to search on evidence that proves that the Holocaust happened beyond any reasonable doubt, and I only ran into evidence that proves that it didn't, basically. So if you have any evidence that proves it beyond any reasonable doubt, please Skype me ProLogic999 on Skype.
The Zionists behind FEMA camps, BRN on video. Real Jew News, realjewnews.com/ P=583, CIA torture manuals, a precursor of DHS torture protocol in the October 23, 2013, Jew-run FEMA camps in Alaska, the new Siberian Gulag prisons. June 6, 2013, Jew-run Soviet gulags, a precursor of Jew-run FEMA camps in the U.S. September 6, 2012, case against the Jews' plot to disarm Americans and send them to January 6, 2012.
So these are YouTube videos that I did not upload. I think with the previous video there are no genitalia visible, etc. So that I think that's not that bad, if it's not real nudity. Then it's probably not censored off YouTube, it may be fake anyway. Best gore picture of earlier. So sorry about that, perhaps I'll be able to edit it out. And single women are welcome for a free shiatsu hand massage, or to drink some coconut pineapple juice, as long as we have that. And Friday we can get some new juice. So tomorrow I might have run out of it, basically. We'll have to see how long it lasts. Or to watch a video or smoke a pipe, healing peace pipe with healing weed, homegrown without pesticides. Yeah, so whatever, let me know what you all think. Skype me if there's any misinformation in this broadcast. Then usually it's produced by others and I provide the links and sources, etc. And I try to be as truthful as possible, not a truther or truest, but a real truth teller. So I've also exposed controlled opposition in my previous broadcasts, and the programming is very strong, especially because they also torture people to silence them and depopulate the earth, to play them all out against each other. So be prepared: radiological water filter, storable food, peanut butter, rice, etc. It's best to be prepared for these calamities that can happen any second, with all these weapons of self-destruction and misprogrammed people and brain-controlled people surrounding us. I think masturbation is good, more orgasms, etc. It's scientifically proven that it's healing. Sperm is too. So then I should also say that in my broadcasts. Okay. So I think I'm gonna halt this broadcast for universal peace temporarily. Have a good one, y'all. Universal peace now. We demand universal peace, less spending on the war machine and more money for a permanent cure against aging and the things we really need for universal peace.